Barry, I've always been intrigued by fascinating shots in movies, and we spoke before about a film that you were a cinematographer on, 3 O'Clock High,
Right.
the scene in the library with the collapsing shells. Two shots in this movie. One, the helicopter shot over the film studio.
Right.
How much red tape was involved with that shot?
You know, it's funny. The last shot of the movie is a helicopter shot that sort of starts close and then pulls back, and you see all of the stages and all that. And they were incredibly strict about what hours you could shoot, what day of the week, and we were on. It was a Saturday, but we could only shoot till 7. But the sunset was at 7:10, and the helicopter didn't want to do another take because he didn't want to lose his license. So there's always red tape. In fact, I always, you know, the funny thing about Hollywood is they love L.A. and they hate shooting in New York. They think shooting in New York is like shooting in Tokyo. And in New York, I've never had any problems. It's always been a dream. And whenever I come to L.A., it's always been a nightmare with permits and all that. So I'm hoping to get back to New York soon.
Well, you also shot on a very popular street, Sunset Boulevard.
That was a nightmare. That we did a scene with John Travolta and Gene Hackman in a convertible on Sunset Boulevard, and Pulp Fiction had just come out soon before that, and everyone was yelling, hey, John, hey, John. In fact, Gene made a comment that everyone sort of passing by is saying, look at the old guy. Travolta has an old chauffeur. Who's the guy with Travolta? So it was a nightmare. It was the most difficult 2 days of shooting.
You know, I have a couple questions about movie marketing. Posters for films. What kind of battles have you seen over the poster for various films that you've worked on?
Well, this one went pretty smoothly because we knew that we wanted the poster to sell these 4 actors, Travolta, Rene Russo, Hackman, and DeVito. But I directed a film called For Love or Money for Universal, where every idea they had was Michael J. Fox with a for love or money. So there was like a heart in one hand and a pile of money in another. People in that end of marketing tend to be incredibly literal. I remember talking to Marty Brest, who had done a film called Scent of a Woman, and he said, also for Universal, and he said the first 50 ideas they had were all titles coming out of a perfume bottle, you know, Scent of a Woman. So you really have to avoid the sort of cliches, but cliches are so easy to do.
And one final question about movie sequels. And actually, I was so impressed with all the subtle things in the movie, like this premiere cover.
Right.
Now, most people won't catch this, but on the top is shot by shot, The Addams Family Part 3.
Right.
Now, I know we lost a great actor not too long ago.
Raul Julia, who played Gomez.
You know, what is the status? Will there be a Addams Family 3?
I doubt there will be an Addams Family Part 3, but if there is, one idea I always wanted to explore would be what Morticia was like as a youngster, and sort of have Christina Ricci play the young Morticia. I really enjoyed working with Christina, but I don't think there'll ever be an Addams Family 3. And I don't think there'll be a Get Shorty Part 2 either.